up? It's your girl Bonnie Blue, and I am back. And I am back for It's Time for My Motherfucking Advice. It's time for my motherfucking advice. Yes. Okay. So, first letter is not so much a letter, but a situation that I came across that I felt like I just needed to get off my chest and talk about. So, fuck with me for a second. Follow the story. You've heard of these situations before where people are sick and they have family members living with them, but the plot thickens. And I'm going to tell you why the plot thickens. Because the woman and man live in a house and they're somewhat hoarders. The woman is a hoarder, more so than anything. And she's got her grown 40-something-year-old daughter living in her house with her 2 children. Now, this living arrangement was supposed to be only, on a, temporary basis. It was only supposed to happen for a little while. Well, it's gone on a decade. So the situation is no longer temporary. But you have a 3-bedroom house, 2 bathrooms, 3 adults, a teenager, and a child, all living in utter fucking repugnant filth. Okay? Now, the older 2 people who live in the house, who the house belongs to, the parents are sick. So they can no longer move around and clean up, especially in such a fucked up situation where there are clothes and bags and trinkets and just everything that you could think of a person could possibly have in their house. They have tons of the shit. The mama pack rat, but the daughter's a pack rat. To the point where there's not room to sit on the sofa. One room is entirely engrossed in clothes and shit, all from the daughter who moved from another state and came back home and moved all of her shit into her parents' house. Now, the plot thickens even more when some family members decide, okay, this is enough. We're going over there. We're going to help clean this shit up. And it's an embarrassment. So on top of the fact that these are sickly and depressed people living in this house, but the daughter, who never did anything about any of this, who is able-bodied, has a teenage daughter that can help her, they never did anything about this situation. They just live in it and let the shit happen. Now, truth be told, if somebody would have called the fucking cops or child protection services, the children would have been taken away from the home, because it's in that type of order. Okay, it's in that type of situation. So it's a very serious situation, and yet everybody is in their box in their head, not thinking about what's actually happening here, which is you're raising your children in filth, and they're not going to learn to be clean young women because their mom is a fucking trash box. Okay. Now, we about to get to the nitty-gritty of it, okay? I'm sorry, y'all. We're going to get to the nitty-gritty of it. I'm circling because I'm trying to find a way to say this story without being so personal with it. But I'm about to read because I feel like if I read my people in person, then it's going to be a fight. And I don't want to fight with anybody, but I feel like the read needs to be read anyway, because there has to be some other people out there in this type of situation that are depressed, that are not happy with their lives, that are regretting decisions that they've made, following behind no good men all their lives. And then after they finally stop following behind no good men for 20 fucking years, and they have 2 kids to show for it, but they come back home to live with their parents, and they do nothing to better their lives beyond that point but fucking shop and party and club and all of this shit, which is all well and good because, hey, as long as the kids' homework is done, right? Long as they got the new iPad, new iPhone, but the fucking bathroom got shit crawling all over it. You know what I'm saying? Issues. These are issues. Some family members went over there, like I said, to clean up and to get this shit in order because the 2 parents are too old and sickly to actually do it for themselves. So family members come over. Fuck this shit. We cleaning all this up. The daughter comes home pissed off, telling her aunts that they need to get the fuck out, or they need to go clean their houses, or just pissed off about the fact that they're there cleaning up. Instead of her helping clean up, she takes a bath in a dirty ass bathroom, puts on her clean clothes in a dirty ass house, and leaves because she's pissed off. Now you would think that if somebody is finally coming to give you help, you would stay and help and fix the situation, not only for yourself, but for your kids and for your sick parents that are letting you stay in their fucking house damn near for free. Okay? But oh no, we gotta be all in our feelings. It's all about us. Why are y'all doing this to me? And the reading begins. To the daughter, you have so many issues that you refuse to deal with, I don't even know what the fuck to say. You are dependent at 40-something years old on your sickly parents, and it's not only their shit that's cluttering the house, but it's your shit because you continue to go out and buy things that you don't need to feel some type of hole inside yourself instead of figuring out where the fucking hole is coming from in the first place and trying to be a better woman and a better example for your children. Yes, the blame is on everybody, and it's not really so much about the blame, but about really realizing what happens when people don't clean up their house, when people live in filth and let the shit build up around them. There's a depression going on there. There is some type of festering going on inside of them that is a reflection of how they are choosing to live their lives. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be spick and span every day. Hell, I got laundry over here and laundry in there, but I'll be damned if you gotta put a fucking mask on to use my bathroom, okay? At the end of the day, toilet, sink, tub, floor, clean, okay? At the end of the day. So it's not like I'm passing judgment on just any old, or we let the housework get out of hand. Oh no. See this pack rat shit? This I have to keep buying things to fill my emptiness, but it never works. So you're stuck in a house that's filthy and full of shit that you can't use because rats and roaches have been infested and crawling on everything. There's a problem there. And I don't know if anybody else out there has that issue, but I want to say to y'all that all of the issues that people ever come to me with or that I notice start with themselves. It starts with what they allow to happen. Yes, things happen in life that are fucked up. We make choices that we wish we wouldn't have made. But at the end of the day, life is life and there are no fucking regrets. So if you spent your younger years, if you spent the good part of your life not really living because you were chasing after some fucking dickhead dude, that is only your fault. And that doesn't mean that I take on all of this guilt and it turns into all this resentment and it turns into all this anger which festers and turns to a repugnant ass house. No, that's not what you do. You take responsibility, you chuck it up to that's life, and you get the fuck on with it. You clean your house. You get out there, you get yourself together, you make sure your children are taken care of, and you do right by your fucking parents who have been there helping take care of you and your children all your life. And it should have stopped a long time ago. You're fucking up. So you need to get down on your knees, go to church, read a Iyanla Vanzant book, and pull it the fuck together. At the end of the day, those children still need their mama to be there. And those parents, those grandparents still need their able-bodied daughter to pick up the fucking slack. So if I'm coming off harsh, y'all, it's because it's a personal situation. And I need to get it off my chest, okay? Because I love my family. I love my family more than anything. If I think about any bright spot in my life, it was filled with damn near every person in my family, okay? The parties, the Christmases, whatever. And now I feel like everybody's gotten to a point where they're miserable. And instead of trying to look inside themselves and call on God or whoever you serve to help you figure out what is causing it, to help you get out of it, to help you find peace and release from it, you sit in it and you feel bad for yourself. And you just let all of this shit happen in front of you. And then when people come to help you, get mad because you're embarrassed that you let it get to this point. Well, now it's time to put on your big lady drawers and suck it the fuck up. People expect things to fall out of the sky. They expect happiness to fall out of the sky. You have to make a conscious effort in your everyday life to be happy. Everybody, even if you're not in this type of situation where you're hoarding and got all this nasty shit in your house, even if you're not in that situation, if you're sad and depressed and you don't know what is going on. You have to get yourself out of that. Nobody's gonna come along and click a switch and all of a sudden you're gonna be happy. That's not what happens. That's not what happens. What happens is you make a conscious effort when you get up in the morning to thank God that you got up in the first place. To thank Him for all the things that you do have, like both legs and both arms and all of your mental capacity. I mean, not the 100% that we're supposed to be using, but the 10% that we're allowed right now, okay? I want to go see that movie Lucy, July 25th. Yeah, I want to go see that. Scarlett Johansson, that's my bitch. Anyway, sorry. Light moment. Heavy because it's so real. And there's so many letters that I've received, and there's one in particular. This is going to draw into another letter about a young lady who is depressed and feeling like she wants to kill herself and suicide and just basically going through it, okay? She was bullied as a young child. Like, this goes in, I actually feel like this goes in for a lot of my letters. There were a couple of letters, and I'm going to get into the specifics of those letters, but the main thing that I want to say before I get into the other letters and get out of this personal situation is that I was depressed. I'm a manic depressive, okay? I'm going to be real with y'all. I do YouTube because YouTube is a release. YouTube is a way for me to be the person that I feel like I should be, which is making y'all laugh, helping people, giving what God gave to me to y'all and using it in the best way that I know how. That helps me be happy. You know what else helps me be happy? Paying attention to the things that God has already blessed me with. I may not have the best roof over my head, but I have a roof over my head. Can't stand my job some days, but I'll be damned if I don't look forward to my paycheck when I'm able to pay all of my bills and have a little bit left over for whatever we want to do in here. That is a blessing. I may not have all of what I want or all of what I need, but I have enough. And I'm thankful for that. Take responsibility for yourself. It's nobody's fault but your own when you let life beat your ass down into some repugnant, nasty shit. Okay? It's your fault that you let it happen like that. God can only hold His hand out. That's all He can do. If you're not looking up and reaching up to catch it, well, God damn it, that's on you. That's what I had to say about that. I feel like that was good enough. I feel like that touched somebody. I feel like that got somewhere. I hope so. I pray so. Now let's get into the rest of the letters. So I got a girl named Sasha. She's 30 years old. She's with a 30-year-old man. She's 26. She's 9 months pregnant. The guy found out that she slept with somebody. She didn't tell him. I'm guessing it's somebody he knows, maybe a family member or friend, whatever. Either way, he was pissed off when he found out that she had sex with him. She never told him because she didn't want to deal with it. That was her fault. She should have kept it 100. But since then, he doesn't answer the phone. He gets, ghosts for weeks at a time. And she's 9 months pregnant. So she needs somebody to help her with all of the things to get ready for their baby coming. But he's not being present. Now, he'll come over to fuck and get all in her feelings and tell her, oh, we going to be together. But then he's up and gone the next day and she can't reach him again. So now her mother and her sister want her to raise that child like he doesn't exist. To tell him that he's not the daddy and then just raise the child on her own like he doesn't exist. I answered her letter, emailed her, but I'm going to answer it because if there are any other women that are feeling like doing that, I'm answering it for y'all. That is selfish. That is selfish to tell him that that is not his child because he's not doing what you want him to do. He may not be the father that you want him to be in this moment, but years or maybe, moments after the baby is born, he may change his mind. He has kids already with another woman, and it's obvious to me that he might be going back to that woman. See, I really feel like a lot of the times women choose to throw blind eyes to situations. When somebody isn't really yours and you think that they're yours, how do you think that they're yours if they don't wake up with you every day? How do you think that they're yours when they promise you things but they don't come through? Now, she told me about all the promises he made to her about, they're going to be together, they're going to get married, all of these things. And I'm like, so if he promised you these things, why didn't you wait for him to deliver before you got pregnant for him? But now that that's happened, there's nothing we can do about it. But we got to take responsibility for what we've done. It's not just him that's walking out on you. It's you who chose to get pregnant by somebody who hadn't really given you any commitment at all. His word didn't mean shit, obviously. He gave you no ring. He wasn't living with you, obviously. Like, you really didn't get anything out of the deal but some good dick, and you didn't even realize it. People make promises and people say things all the time, but until they come through and show you physically that this is what they're gonna do, you can't take their word for it. I'm sorry, you can't. Especially when it comes to having children. And then your mom and your sister, I'm sorry, but they dead ass wrong. They're dead ass wrong. Because all of that is coming from, oh, he don't want to be there for me, so I'm mad at him, so I'm going to keep the child from him. Because you know one day he's going to want to know that child. If he knows his other 3 kids, he's going to want to know that child. Okay? And even if he doesn't, one day when she grows up and comes of age, she's going to want to know who her father is. And she's going to resent you for spending her whole life lying to her about who he was. That is wrong. It is not your place. And I know you feel like it is because you're the mother, but no. He's the father, if he is the father. Okay? So my first thing to tell you to do is to go and get a blood test. Put his ass on child support. Because if he doesn't want to be there, you're going to make him pay for not being there. Okay? At the end of the day, you want to be a martyr and take on raising a child by yourself so you can always be throwing in your child's face, oh, he ain't do nothing for you, I did everything. Like that's somehow going to make your child happy or something like that. And I don't know if she's going to be a bitter person, but what her mama and her sister are telling her is like the beginnings of being a bitter ass woman about what this man has done. He may have lied, but so did you. You didn't tell him that you slept with whoever it is you slept with. And I honestly feel like that was a scapegoat. You gave him an easy out. That's what he was looking for in the first place, okay? Because if he didn't put a ring on your finger or marry you or move in with you, you had no real evidence that this man was really yours or ever really wanted to be with you in this capacity besides what he was telling you. Oh, he was so sweet. Who the fuck cares? Niggas are always sweet when they're trying to get pussy, ma'am. That's what it is, okay? That's the game. And if you ain't learned it yet, I'm going to school you on it, okay? This situation is your fault too. And you have to take responsibility. And part of taking responsibility is you need to get over it. You need to get over it. I know you hurt. I know he wasn't there. And that's terrible for you to have to go through that on your own when he made all those promises to you. With that said, that part of it is over. You're going to have this baby. You're going to put him on child support. Okay? You're going to make sure he's helping you financially with this baby. And when he wants to come around one day, you are not going to block your child from seeing him. You're not going to do that because at the end of the day, it is her life and her relationship with her father, not your relationship with her father. That is important. A woman whose baby daddy gets one of her friends pregnant, takes him back, but now she wants out of this love triangle that I suppose has gotten nasty as it would. And he is threatening her with violence every time she wants to leave. I told her straight off rip. I've heard so many stories lately about crazy ass couples and, you know, the wife or the husband or the boyfriend or the girlfriend killing one another because the relationship is over and you keep taking them to fucking play with, thinking that it's not really going to happen, thinking that they would never do something like that because they love you. Let me tell you something. Love and hate is a very thin line, sweetheart, and it can cross very easily. So I told her that she has a child to think about. And I hate something about it. Something about the whole situation just really drives me on the inside because I feel like these are women that, even though they don't realize it, are putting men in front of their children. Because if you were putting your children first, you wouldn't want them to be in an environment where the father is abusive or violent or is fucking your best friend and creating this whole little love triangle of drama. That betrayal should have been enough for you to know, but it wasn't, and you went back thinking he would change. I don't know why. People who do shit like that, they are who they are. They're showing you who they are. Believe them. You can't change them. You can only change yourself, okay? No amount of love, nothing you can say, no tears, nothing that you can say or do is going to change that. I'm telling y'all to learn this from personal experience in so many relationships that you cannot change a person and you will never know what it is that they're truly thinking in their head. All you can go off of is what they do and their actions. So I told her she need to call the police. She needs to file a restraining order against that ass. And she needs to move on with her life and separate herself from that friend of hers that fucked her man. From the crazy ass man who's threatening her with violence, and she needs to think about her child and her child's safety and not about this man. And I know part of the reason why you ain't called the police yet is because you love him and you care about him and you don't want him to go to jail, but he's fucking threatening your life. Like for some reason, oh no, I love him, I don't want him to go to jail, he's the father of my children, but he's threatening to kill me, and if he kills me, he's gonna go to jail, so who's gonna be here to raise my child? Come on now. Come on now. Okay, I'm coming rough form. Y'all better take it how y'all get it, because this is the best way I know how to give it. Alright now, 20-year-old girl is still dealing with being bullied. She doesn't know how to let go of the anxiety, and she wants to get over it by her 21st birthday. We'll get there. She still sees the girls who bullied her in school, and she just doesn't know how to get over it. And it's taken, you know, she doesn't want to do anything. She's now introverted. All she wants to do is be alone. And she doesn't know how to get out of it. And I feel like what I said at the beginning of this video kind of covers that. And she, you know, she was one of the people I was talking about where they feel like suicide and death for some reason is a better option. I know how that feels. I know what it feels like to feel like, what the fuck is the point of this? What am I struggling and going through all of this for? Why not just give up? And at least if I'm dead, I'll be at peace, right? That's what you think, but we don't know. So let's not do that shit, okay? You don't know that, all right? I only pray that death is peace, okay? But only when I'm really tired. And I ain't tired yet, okay? I may be tired of certain situations. I may be in this bitch depressed some days, and I just gotta, you know, take a little time to get my mind together. But at the end of the day, I ain't that fucking tired yet. And if you writing me, neither are you. Okay? So stop it. Stop it. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. You got fucking bullied by hood rat girls, and you 20 years old, and you still letting them control you? Why? What can they do? What can they do? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that question. And why did you allow them to do this to you? Why? Why? I went to a school with a whole bunch of ignorant ass girls that was jealous and didn't like me and wanted to fight me. And I know you said that you are not a fighter, but sometimes you gotta fight. Sometimes you gotta fight. See, in public school, it's something I learned, and I already knew that it's not about winning a fight. It's about the fact that you will fight. Okay? A bitch will not mess with you as much if she feel like you gonna fight her ass. Tell y'all something, I'm not a fighter. I don't fight all the time. I wasn't a girl that was always getting into fist fights, but I was raised not to be scared. I was raised that even if I am scared, hell, I can get my ass whooped. This girl can tear me up. I don't give a fuck. You just a person just like me. You got problems just like me. You got pain just like me. You got insecurities just like me. You bleed just like me. So you are no greater than I am. So why would I let you have that power over me? Why? I'm out of high school. Who the fuck cares at this point? What they gonna do? They gonna jump you? And that's when you start shaking hoes. When they want to jump when you're 20-something years old. Okay? Why are you still hanging around them? Do y'all go to the same college or some shit? When I was going to college, it was very easy to ignore people. I'm just saying. Like, you go to class, you go your ass fucking home. That's what you do. You go to home, go work, do what you gotta do. But you never allow people to get in your head and make you feel scared to live your life. Why? What are they gonna do? I would think that the reason why these girls messed with you over and over and over again when you were growing up is because they were jealous of you. Maybe they were jealous that you didn't have a hard knock life like they did. Or maybe they were jealous because you had parents coming to pick you up from school every day and you ain't have to ride the fucking bus. Whatever the situation is, their issue is within them, not in you. So when you see them hoes, smile. And when they talk shit, let them talk shit. What is them talking gonna do? At the end of the day, you have to stand up for yourself. Nobody's gonna stand up for you but you. So until you get some lady balls and the next time somebody comes at you with some shit, you tell them to get the fuck up out your face because they don't mean anything. Anything coming out their mouth means nothing. They're just another weak person. What are they gonna do? Taking out their frustration from their poor, depressed little life on you? That's always what it is. Their family life fucked up, so they come to school and they take it out on a person that looks weak to them. Stop looking fucking weak to them. You stand up straight. You don't be scared of no bitch. What? I'm little as shit. And what? What you gonna do? You gonna beat my ass? There's a consequence for that. I can sue you. I can put you in jail. At the end of the day, as long as I'm doing something and this motherfucker moving and shaking, I'ma live to fight another day. Y'all better listen to Pops, okay? Pop, 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 sugar, pop. I'm serious. Girl gets back with high school sweetheart after 4 months. He texts her and tells her he loves her, you know, and they get back together. They're cool now. But then he tells her that he doesn't know if he's going to be able to be faithful to her. He doesn't know that he's grown up all the way. So he still might be cheating on her. Now he's telling her he don't want to break up with her, but he's telling her that he might cheat on her. So now every time he don't answer the phone, every time he gone too long, she feel like he might be cheating on her. Why did you stay with him? Why did you stay with him? You basically allowed that fear, and it's almost like he transferred the energy to you. It's almost like, well, at least I told her, so now if I fuck up, she can't really be mad because I told her. But then you sitting over there, heart beating out your chest, crying, feeling sad, worried every time he leave and don't come back when he say he gonna come back or when he don't answer the phone. You self-torturing yourself. Fuck him. If he's not grown enough to be faithful, then don't be with him. Don't be with him. It's that simple. People put themselves through a lot of stress. And I realize now that we do it to ourselves. And then we say somebody else did it. You say that if he cheats on you and hurts you, you'll say, oh, he cheated on you, he hurt you. But he told you what his mindset was, so he let you know, and you still made that choice. You have a choice. You always have a choice, no matter what. It may not be the choice you want, but it's a choice, okay? There are other men out there. You're young. You're going to get your heart broken. But see, here's the thing. He already did that. So it's only your fault if you let him do it again. See, if a dude would have called me and tell me that, oh, he don't know if he could be faithful, then I would be like, well, that's fine. I don't know if I could be faithful either. Nah, if he can't take that, then we really don't need to be together. Because you can be in a relationship with somebody and he go do what he do and you go do what you do, as long as everybody is on a level playing field. And what I mean by that is, as long as you not sitting up there crying and all hurt by what he doing and you going on your way doing what you doing, then that's all right. That's called dating. Y'all can date without actually being in a relationship with one another. I really feel like you just need to find somebody else. I really feel like you don't need to be trying to be in a committed relationship with somebody that doesn't want to be in a committed relationship. Get with a man and you let him know what it is, okay? You let him know what you will stand for and what you won't stand for. He jumps over that line the first time, wash your fucking hands. Stop giving people second chances. And what I mean by that is not all the time, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if Lyric did some, you know, did some shit and slipped up or something like that, I would give him a second chance. I would. And that's because we've been together for damn near 4 years and the nigga ain't never cheated on me or gave me reason to think otherwise yet. So in my mind, you done right by me all this time, so if you make a mistake, this is a relationship, it's not perfect, I can forgive you. But only if I feel like you truly want to be forgiven and you don't want to keep cheating on me. Okay? Only if I feel like that. So I'm only going to give somebody a second chance. You don't get 34 chances with me. You cheat on me again and it's over. It's over. I'm going to move on because even though I love you, I love me more. And I already know that this can get another man. This can get another woman. Allow people to degrade you. And sometimes when niggas be cheating and the type of stuff they be doing, they treat you like your heart don't matter. They treat you like your body don't matter. And you just are okay with that and you accept that. Hell, they even tell you who they are. They tell you they cheat and you still accept it. Why? Because you feel like you can't find nothing else? Yes, you can. There are a whole bunch of men out there. I promise you can. If you're scared to talk to people, stop being scared. And I know that's easier said than done, but take the fucking plunge. Okay? It's always a choice. You always boil it down to a choice, a millisecond choice of whether I'm going to say something, I'm not going to say something. Instead of choosing not to say something to save face, say something anyway. Okay? Yeah, sometimes you feel embarrassed or you feel scared because you don't know how people are going to react to you. But that's life. You can't go through life trying to protect yourself from that shit because it's not going to happen. You're always going to get yourself put in a situation where you feel embarrassed or you feel hurt or you feel some type of way. That's life. Roll with the fucking punches. And most of all, love yourself. Because if you love yourself, then you'll stop letting other people disrespect you. Because it's proof that how you feel about yourself is how other people are going to treat you. I'm telling you right now. That's my truth, and that's what I'm giving. That's my advice. That's what I got. That's what I gave. So, that was my motherfucking advice. That was my motherfucking advice. Yes. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please know that I pray and all of this comes from a place of me wanting to help people with the things that I feel like I'm trying to figure out or I figured out thus far. So, know it's coming from a good place. I love y'all. I hope y'all get something from this video. Peace out.